Let us start the day with some introductory remarks by Kunal Kishore, President of PRCAI and the Managing Director and Chairman of Value 360 Group. As the elected President of the National Host Association, he has a key role to play in bringing this summit to life. Kunal?
Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to see ICCO coming to India. It was last year in Istanbul when we all met and we decided to welcome all the global guests to India, and we decided we'll choose the destination later. And we decided to choose Mumbai, which is the financial capital, a city which never stops. Similar to what we do, we never stop communicating. So I welcome you here. We've been, as an association, we've been actually working in terms of creating right structure, right direction for our industry, looking at how we can actually evolve with the changing time, which is the theme of this year's summit. And as we delve deeper into the theme of this summit, we will try and actually see what is changing around us. And things that are changing around us is not just AI, it is about how even the global scenarios are changing around us, how India's role is going to be in the global economy, how India is going to play a role within the global economy. And we are seeing that sitting in India, we're seeing that as a big responsibility as a communicator. We've been at an association level, we've been actually looking at doing a lot of things where we can actually communicate the role that communicators can do, not just from a perspective of working with the brands and taking their communication ahead, but also working within a country to actually contribute and play a larger role in terms of bringing in the right kind of a coherence in terms of how we are communicating as a government, as individual, and as organizations. We, at our association level, we are doing a lot of effort in terms of also looking at how industry can collaborate better, how we can actually work seamlessly. And I'm happy that Neha, who's been at the forefront of driving an initiative which is working to bring in client and agency charter together, is going to drive similar role at ICCO. She's been chosen vice president for the next position of vice president. And we are very, very excited to actually see how PRCAI can play a role with ICCO in terms of contributing how global communicators are shaping the overall communication industry. So I welcome you all here once again. I hope to see you all. We've interacted through the evening last night, and I'm excited to meet all of you through the next 2 days and through the evening when we are having casual evening and dinners. Thank you guys, and welcome to Mumbai.
Thank you, Kunal. To set the tone for the next 2 days and to talk more about ICCO and the Global Summit, I would like to invite Grzegorz Szczepański. Yeah, okay, great.
Oh, you can use Gregory. Normally, as an outgoing president, it will be not fair to take too much of your time. So I will be just using this opportunity to share with you one message. I still remember when I was taking over in Dubai 3 years ago, and the message from me was, let's bring PR back to public relations. And I thought, it's still so current in the times that we are having now. I mean, 3 years ago, there was no ChatGPT, there was no war in Ukraine, there was no war in Gaza. I would like to share with you a couple of images that will explain what I was having in mind at that time. I came across very recently about the exhibition on the beginnings of democracy in the developed countries, so the countries that were under the Russian influence. And I came across this very interesting picture. What you see here is the group of young boys playing on the typical yard of the concrete estate, the thing that I was living in at that time. I went through the book of Amit that he gave me at the summit in Warsaw 2 days ago, and I found an intimidating fact that The Population Society of India was established in 1958. Oh my God, so long before I was even born. At this time, that was the public relations arena in Poland. Purely relationships. So what you need in order to understand what is on the core of PR, you just need to have a platform. In this case, a bench is serving a platform. And you need a vehicle that is starting discussions. In this case, the ball is the vehicle, the very ultimate simple pretext that took these boys out of their homes and they were speaking about everything which was surrounding them. If we can go to the next slide, that was the surrounding. So basically, Poland was in between Russia and East Germany. The times that there were no free media or whatsoever, and the only thing we were having just to talk to each other and establish relationships. But this relationship can move stones. I still remember my late mother telling me, always aim for something bigger than yourself, because then the magic things can happen. So the magic thing that happened in Poland was this moment. You know, I don't know if you know, yesterday, 11th of November, was the national holiday of Poland, so basically the Liberation Day. But that was the incidents caused at the end of the First World War when we recovered our independence. And that was done with the armaments, with the military forces. My generation likes to think about this day, which was in August, late August, the 31st in 1980, when we liberated Poland without even a single shot of any gun. And it was based everything on the relationships that we were able to establish earlier. So coming back to this very photograph, this is how PR has started. And the message from the outgoing president will be, if I was telling you 3 years ago, let's bring PR back to the public places, basically from communications business to the relationship business, I'd like to tell today, I mean, PR is all about people. And really, I was born and grown in Berson-Masteler. I can proudly say Harold Berson was my late mentor. And I still remember, client always comes first. That was like a mantra. I even hear now the words like client obsession in many organizations, including mine, which is Berson. Interesting. Obsession in the most languages of the world is having bad connotations. Obsession is a very severe mental disability. If you are obsessed about someone, you are about to hurt that person. So it's something wrong in it. I mean, we should be thinking about our profession as a people-first profession. People-first. You tend to forget, if we focus on people, if we make people think that always aim for something bigger than yourself, and magic things can happen. There is also one other fact nice with this photograph. That was being shot by a very well-known Polish reporter working for the first independent Polish newspaper called Gazeta Wyborcza. And you know, when I was taking over 2 years ago, I said to myself, I never dreamt of that I would be one day a president of a global trade body, the biggest one in the world, trade body of the profession that I practice. And it happened. And apparently, that's me on that photograph. Thank you so much. Have a very nice summer.
Thank you, Grzegorz. Up next, I'd like to invite Massimo Moriconi, the newly appointed president of ICCO.
Hi, everybody. Dear friends, colleagues, and partners, good morning and welcome to vibrant and visionary Mumbai. Standing before you today as ICCO president is both a proud honor and humbling responsibility. I carry with me the same values that guided me through 5 years of leading our ICCO European affairs: humility, excitement, and a deep belief in the power of comms to shape the world. Let me begin by celebrating the remarkable leadership of Gregory. His dedication and vision have brought us to this pivotal moment. My heartfelt thanks to PRCAI and the Promise Foundation for making this possible, and to Promise for steering our global operations from India to the world with purpose and precision. It's a privilege to stand here not just as a leader, but as a fellow communicator, storyteller, and believer in the transformative force of our craft. In a world where trust can vanish in seconds and reputation is the true currency of enterprise value, our role has never been more vital. The theme of our time together is the change agenda. And I believe deeply that change becomes truly powerful when it's driven by human intention. At ICCO, we call this change with intention. It's not just a strategy, it's our purpose. And that purpose is bigger than any one of us. In recent years, thanks to our fundamentals, we stepped beyond the client's boardrooms. We have entered the broader information society with intention. Intention to create impact alongside institutions, fact-checkers, media, university, AI innovators, and trusted networks. Every collaboration is a chance to share our best practice and learn from others. This exchange of knowledge shapes ICCO, informs our clients, and inspires the next gen of PR professional. Is what we call the joy of new. This isn't just talk. ICCO has taken bold, tangible steps. Let me remark a few. The Media Information and Education Pledge with the Council of Europe, our partnership with the NDP on Whether Kids campaign, the Warsaw Declaration on Ethical Use of AI, the Global Disinformation and Misinformation Handbook for Communicators, the Future PR competition with Oprera, and our thought leadership at Cannes Lions. These initiatives reflect our commitment to working with trusted external stakeholders to build knowledge that redefines how we engage, protect reputation, and measure impact. They remind us that technology is a tool, not the destination. It must serve humanity, not replace it. Algorithms should amplify critical thinking, not diminishing it. Behind every app, every post, every piece of content, there's a person. And it's not just about what we say, it's about how we help people understand what they hear. Let's remember, convenience is the enemy of what's right. To conclude, our role in the information society is more important than ever. There's so much at stake and so much to strive for. Let's leverage our fundamentals to keep pushing beyond our discipline. Let's learn from those outside our field. Let's do our best work for our clients, our community, and our planet. So let's rise together with empathy, integrity, and commitment to ethics and excellence. Let's be brave. Let's be brilliant. Let's be curious. And let's make our collective story the one the world will never forget. I hope these 2 days spark meaningful conversations, lasting connections, and bold ideas. Thank you, Mumbai. Namaste.